Hey everybody, Alex here, out of the Park 21 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, episode number 30. No, it's been a while since our last video. Again, I apologize for that. If you follow the channel for Steelers related content, in the middle of football season, so this probably won't pick up on a more normal pace until after the season, whenever that is, a couple months from now. But I'll try to get as much content out as possible for you guys. So, been a while since our last video. I believe we ended the last one right around the All-Star break. I made a trade. We've made a couple more that I will detail today, as you can tell our record. It looks okay. I mean, we're 70 and 65 here, September 2nd. Most times that makes you feel pretty competitive. Although if you look at the standings, just with how strong the NL has been this year, fortunately, Pirates are really on the outside looking in, 6.5 back of the Cardinals in the Central. See how well St. Louis and Milwaukee's doing this year in the wild card. Not really any better. 6 games back, again, behind Milwaukee. Got the Padres in there, the Diamondbacks, and they're all kind of fighting over there in the NL West. So, unfortunately for us, we're in a pretty tough spot and have to kind of really get hot here in this last month of the season or so. Take a look at our month by month overall records. In July, we were really poor, 9 and 15, trying to bounce back here. The other months, again, at 500 or better, but just that one bad month kills you. And with how competitive the NL has been this year, really hurting us right now. Do want to talk about a couple of the trades I made that came after the last video, but before the 31st deadline of July. We tried to make an upgrade in right field with Nomar Mazara coming over from the Rangers, 28 years old, free agent after this year. Did a great job over there in Texas, who really weren't competitive at the time or were kind of borderline, decided to sell. For us, he's been okay, but clearly not as good as he was over with the Rangers in the AL. We did not give up a whole lot, though. We did trade Enrique Hernandez, who had not really done much for us, really wasn't the super utility guy we envisioned him to be. He was really struggling hitting below the Mendoza line, so he's now a member of the Rangers, hitting a little bit better over there. And a couple of minor prospects, since Mazzara was just going to be a rental for us. This first baseman, kind of utility infielder type, not doing a whole lot there. And also Connor Uselton, we got pretty good outfield depth, and so he is shipped out to Texas. We've also traded Doivados Neverauskas, so did a little bit of selling as well. Had some depth guys in the bullpen we'll probably talk about here in a moment, and so I wanted to make a move with Neverauskas, who had shown some regression. He got a little bit unlucky. His BABIP was unusually high with us at 303, but shipped him out for a prospect, which I'll show you guys in a second, and that seemed to be a good decision. He has struggled in 8 appearances with the Angels, ERA of 6.5 in terms of the trade for him. Also gave up a former second-round pick of ours, Brian Colon. Remember when I drafted this guy, whenever it was the 2022 second round, 52nd overall. As soon as I drafted him, I kind of regretted it, and I just didn't feel like this guy was going to go really anywhere. I mean, he's a pretty good defensive outfielder, but that's about it. And so just kind of moving away from him here pretty quickly. Josiah Dixon as well, another center fielder, good defense. Not a terrible player, but someone we can kind of move on from. $1 million in exchange for Lavon Soto, second baseman in our AAA affiliate, Indianapolis, right now. Really like his overall profile, the high eye discipline, avoid K's. You guys know I'm a big fan of that. The power is non-existent, but he's a good defender, and he's got a 1-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio. With Kevin Newman struggling a bit this year for us, and we'll see what his future is, hitting just 260 this year. Kind of seeing some regression from him. Unfortunately, he is 30 years old, by the way. That may be a guy of the future for us, talking about Lavon Soto. So those are the trades that we have made. Do want to highlight at least one of the bullpen guys that I've mentioned earlier that kind of made me feel comfortable about trading Neverauskas, because some of these veteran bullpen arms were blocking some younger guys. And Will Klein making his debut a little bit earlier in the year. I'd sent them back down to AAA briefly, but with roster expansion occurring, he is now up, and his control got over that 35 mark to 40. That was great to see, and this is hopefully going to be our closer of the future, because Nick Birdie is likely to be dealt here in the offseason, although Birdie is coming back from injury and he's now healthy and part of a roster, so that is good. So tough start early on for Klein, but he's kind of picked things up as of late, really settling in. Look at his game log. And then I can sort it by just the MLB, but you kind of see some of the numbers here. MLB, ERA, first couple appearances were rougher, but lately has been significantly better, and including his last outing where he did walk 2 but struck out 2 and did not allow a run. So this is a guy to definitely keep an eye on. 27th round pick, basically 800th overall, and he has clearly become a diamond in the rough. Overall, though, this team just with the run score, the offense has not been great. The bats 13, tied 13th with home runs. Ernie Ordonez has shown power, but the 219 average was unexpected. I'm not sure why that number is so low, and just not getting enough really high level offensive output. Key Brian Hayes is currently injured with a strained hamstring. Put him on the 10-day DL. We'll see what his situation is. He's been okay, but again, not as strong as I was really hoping. He's been a bit of a disappointment, unfortunately. Steven Brault got hurt again, so he's out. And Severino, I think you guys already knew that he was done for the year. So we'll get ready for our next game against the Chicago Cubs, and we really have to start stacking wins, especially against some of these lesser opponents. If we don't, then we really don't have a chance to climb back into the playoff race. All right, taking a look at our lineups, today's home game at PNC Park. We'll look at the Cubs here briefly. Again, they are struggling mightily this year. They also have former ex-Pirate Josh Bell, who was on the trading block, but obviously was not dealt, hitting just .266 this season with 16 home runs. Some familiar names with Ian Happ and Cabrera and Jason Hayward in his 34-year-old season, hitting just .241. And on the hill for the Cubbies today is Matt Weisler, about to turn 31 years old. Free agent after the season with just a 4.55 ERA, so someone that's certainly able to get after. He just pitched against us, it looks like, 7 innings. Pretty good outing overall, so we'll try to right the ship this time around. And today's lineup for your Pittsburgh Pirates: Brian Reynolds leading off, followed by Cole Tucker, Kevin Newman in the 3 spot, Nomar Mazaro at number 4, cleanup hitter, Ernie Ordonez 5th, Trace Barrera the catcher 6th, Lolo Sanchez will play center field and hit 7th, Tyler Frank at 3rd base today, and Gage Hins will be Pirates pitcher today. 4.03 ERA in 21 starts, 22 appearances. Pretty good year overall. Not exactly a flashy pitcher, just 6.7 Ks over 9, but it's been effective overall. Certainly looking for that performance today. So let's take you out to PNC Park for this game between the Chicago Cubs and Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, 7:10 first pitch. Cubs leading things off against Gage Hins. Glad to be back with you, and the Pirates certainly need this win, and they will need a lot more. Cubs come in 55-79. I think that stat said we are 12-3 over the Cubs this season, if I saw that flash correctly. As Marte, can of corn in left for Brian Reynolds for out number 1. So yeah, Pittsburgh 70-65. Things were going really well. We were right, leading the wild card race, and then just had that bad month of August, I think it was, and just kind of haven't been able to recover from there. As Josh Bell against his former team, it's kind of old hat at this point, deep into the season. The teams have played a lot already. He will have a 2-out single to bring up Ian Happ. Already 12 pitches in the first inning for Hins, and that pitch count will rise on the full count. And that one hit to Newman, throws on to Ordonez. And so the Pirates will get out of it with just a single by Josh Bell. Brian Reynolds, average has been decent. On base percentage, one of the better in baseball, .373. Hard to be mad about his season overall. 3-1 count facing Weisler, and that one jammed him. Reynolds swung on ball 4. Will he beat this out? And he will not, as it's a strong throw from Cabrera to retire Reynolds. Cole Tucker, some injuries this year, but he's been improving. Although he will not get a hit there. That one deep in the hole of the second. But 2-away for the Pirates. And Newman, definitely been a down year for Kevin Newman. That won't help either. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. We'll head top 2. Contreras, the catcher. One of the better power hitting catchers in baseball. 21 dingers this season. And that one skied into right. And Mazaro, not known for his defense, but comes in, makes the catch. Brought Mazaro in for that offensive support. I'm kicking myself for trading O'Neal Cruz, but what are you going to do? That's baseball. Trades are going to happen where some are good and some don't work out in your favor. 3-1 to the veteran Hayward. Still a Cub. He will draw the walk. And Nico Horner will come up, second baseman, pitcher on deck. 0-2. Hins delivers to Barrera and hits him. And that was just change-up, so clearly by accident. And now Weisler will try to do something here with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the scoreless game so far. And Weisler puts it in play deep in the hole to third. Frank will glove it, throw on to Ordonez, beat Weisler by a couple of steps, so we'll head bottom 2, still knotted up at 0. Mazaro hitting .289 on the season, a little worse for the Pirates this year. 0-2 count though. And that one hit to first to Bell. Throws on the Weisler for out number 1. Pirates can't get anything out of the infield so far. Ordonez will try to change that with the power in his bat, and he will have the same result. So just a whole lot of ground balls. Infield working hard today for the Cubbies. Is Weisler a ground ball pitcher? He is not. It's normal, but not much doing here for Pittsburgh so far. Barrera trying to change that. And that one will be skipping past the third baseman Cabrera, so that one in the infield, but it does find a hole eventually. One of those had to go through and bring up the center fielder Sanchez, hitting .254 and 7 home runs this year. 3-1 count. He'll draw the walk. And so Tyler Frank, a couple of runners on, a couple of buccos on base. Was brought up after the Hernandez trade. He can play first, third, not as utility guy as Hernandez, but decent in his own right. Full count, payoff pitch from Weisler. And that one hit too short, and a throw on to first. And so the Pirates will leave 2 stranded, just as the Cubs did, and will head top 3. Restack the deck for Chicago. Jeffrey Marte, shortstop today. Busy day for the Cubs infielders. Will lead things off for Chicago, and he will, much like the first at bat, pop one into left. It'll be caught by Reynolds. And Diaz, 1-2 count, and Reynolds. A lot of action for him today. And it's been fly balls for the Cubs, ground balls for the Pirates. No scores for either team. As Tom Brady. So another interception. That's your NFL game break in the out of the park world. That did happen in real life, by the way. As Bell goes 1 for 2 as he flies out to Newman in shallow right. Bottom 3, Hins, the pitcher, leading things off. And rain's going to fall. Will they have to delay this game? Check on our bullpen situation here quickly. Roster expansion helps. But a little tired bullpen today. Jeremy Walker has not had a great season. So I'll have to see what happens if there is a rain delay. Maybe try to put Hins out there. Cubs in a little better spot, but not significantly so. Definitely been hurt not having Steven Brault today. And tried a couple other relievers. James Marvel, a veteran, really struggling this season. ERA of 9, I think, this year. Really, it's not been good for him. So we have Logan Gillespie. Traded for him a while back. He is now our long reliever. This is 2 away. Cole Tucker, 2-2 count. And that one hit pretty well into left. I think the left fielder will he have it, and he will not. That one stays fair. Curves inside the foul pole at short portion left. And Cole Tucker, solo shot, 362. In the bleachers in left. Taylor Walls was supposed to start today. I took him out to put in Cole Tucker, and I'm glad I did. Pirates up 1-0. Kevin Newman will hit that to short. Pretty good velocity on that one, but nice play there by Marte. Throws to the first baseman, Bell, and will head top 4. But Cole Tucker's home run puts the Pirates on top 1-0. Cubs will look to answer back, and Happ to right. Will he answer back? And no. Nice catch by Mazzaro. And it will be a rain delay, and a pretty long one at that, it looks like. 65 minutes. And we're going to have to... Don't want to leave Hins in. Certainly could be more interesting today, as I'm going to get somebody warmed up in case Hins has been affected by that relatively lengthy hour and 5-minute rain delay here in Pittsburgh. Already just about 9:30 in this one. Resume play, Contreras. And yep, maybe a little bit of rustiness here from Hins, as Contreras will hit a double with 1 away. We'll try to keep Hins in. See what the approach here is. No change for Chicago right now, but they have some time to think about it. 0-2 to Cabrera, and he will check his swing. We'll ring him up. 2 away. Now facing Hayward. Runner on second. 2 outs. Full count. Payoff pitch. And that one is going to drop into right at the feet of Mazzaro. The runner should come in, and he will. And it is a tie game at 1 after that rain delay. Want to try to keep Hins in for at least another batter. 1-1. Runner will take off. Here's the throw. Not in time. Hayward's first stolen base of the year. And I would pitch around, but it's 1-2, and they might pinch hit. So we'll see what we can do. Full count now, though. And Hins really struggling here. Weisler will stay in. Had they pinch hit, I would have responded with Coar. But because it is the pitcher, hitting just 135, does have 2 home runs this year. We'll keep Hins in to try to get out of the 4th. 1-1. And that one is going to drop. Oh, Gage Hins with that rain delay. The run will come in. Cubs will take the lead, and that is going to be it for Gage Hins, I think. Obviously just 2 runs so far, but with the rain delay, clearly he's been impacted by that. So Jackson Carr will have to come in to try to stop the bleeding, as they'll go lead off with Marte, the center fielder. 2-2 to him, the shortstop, I should say. And that one's hit well into right. The Cubs, post-rain delay, really starting to get that offense clicking. Runner does not come in. That's Horner. And so bases are loaded. 2 away for Diaz. 1-2. That one poked in the center. Sanchez coming in, and he will make the catch. So Cubs take the lead after that hour rain delay. Weisler staying in for Chicago after that single he had. 10 pitchers for Coar. We'll leave him in for the moment. Bullpen's going to be tested today, it appears. And our long reliever Gillespie's at 51%. So that's not an ideal situation. Mazzaro, though, trying to get Pirates back in this. He will draw the walk, and so we'll see if Weisler's been impacted by that rain delay as well. Ordonez, 33 home runs this year, but hitting just 218. And that one is awkward play. Not sure where this one's going to go. And it's out of his glove. Okay, so it's an error on Contreras. Wasn't sure what we were looking at. There's our answer. So 1-1 now. Now 1-2. And Ordonez ends it with an uneventful strikeout. Guerrero, the catcher, having a nice season. 255 for a catcher in this game is pretty solid and in real life. And that will not increase the average, though, as that one's hit into center field. That is caught. And it's 2 away. Sanchez, the center fielder, 0-2 count. Decent charge into that one, but that should also be caught by Diaz, and it will. So the walk from Mazzaro does not hurt Chicago, and will head top 5 Cubbies up a run. Coar facing ex-Pirate Josh Bell. He's 1 for 2 today. And that one hit well into center. Sanchez going back. He'll make the catch out there in relatively deep center field. Ian Happ, 19 home runs this year, 0 for 2 today. 2-1 from Coar. And that one dribbled to, looked like short with Tucker. The shift may have been on there. And so there's 2 away. Coar, this hopefully be his last inning if he gets out of it. But behind the count, 3-1 to Contreras, who will swing 3-1 and slap that into center field. 2-out single for Contreras. Make up for that error he had earlier. And yeah, gonna have to go to the bullpen here. Potentially Kyle Crick get warmed up. This will probably be the last batter, potentially, for Coar. He's at 24 pitches. Become a reliever after suffering an injury, torn labrum, I believe, last year. And so Coar will strike out Cabrera looking. That's 3 today for him. And that will close the book on Jackson Coar, and Kyle Crick will come in for the 6th inning. Tyler Frank, first third baseman, will lead things off against Weisler, staying in the game for Chicago. And Frank, hard hit ground balls today, but just not really finding any space. As I will go to Mo Rue Lewis is back, by the way. He had been called back up after I tried to trade him. Could not find a trade partner. He was mad about that, but he's up in the majors now, so he's happy. E. Brian Hayes injury opening the door for him. Let me get check on Cricky's status as well. He's ready. I'll wait till there's 2 outs, I guess, for that. Over Lewis, good eye, 34 years old. Had a brief cup of coffee earlier this year as he will foul out to the first baseman, Bell. And now Crick will get warmed up. As Brian Reynolds has a walk today, 2 for 2, or 2-2 count, I should say. And here's a 3rd strikeout for Weisler. As Reynolds goes down swinging. So Kyle Crick, ERA just over 3 this season, will come in to face Hayward, Horner, and the pitcher spot. That's Weisler. Full count to Hayward. And he will strike out potentially on ball 4. That one inside on the fastball, 98 miles an hour from Cricky. Now facing Horner, who is not having a bat today. I'm not sure he's been walked. I don't know what the situation is there. There's an at-bat, and it will be a ground out. That's Newman onto Ordonez. And Weisler staying in for Chicago. He does have a single, RBI single today. 0-2 count from Crick. And Weisler will look at strike 3 on the breaking ball. The slider, it appeared, so no damage done there. Pirates will need some runs. Said that a lot this season. Unfortunately, Crick will stay in. Only 11 pitches in that inning of work, although he may not go the next inning. We'll see in terms of finishing the inning. Cole Tucker, full count. Only run today for Pittsburgh with that home run, as that one hit sharply in the center, but caught sliding by Diaz on that wet grass from that hour rain delay earlier. And that is it for Weisler. Michael Lorenzen, former Red, utility guy, outfielder, pitcher, coming in for Chicago. ERA of over 5 this year, walking a lot of guys. Anyway, Kevin Newman trying to do something against him. 2-2 count. And Newman, not much going there. Not much going for this offense today. As Mazzaro, a trade acquisition from Texas, will hit that to right. And there's something doing. No more Mazzaro. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. No more Mazzaro. 434 into right over the Clemente wall. And we are all tied up here at PNC Park. 2-2. Mazzaro, 4 or 5 home runs this year for the Pirates after really having a strong first half of the year with Texas. It's a big one there. Ordonez will try to follow suit. 2-0 count, favorable count for the batter. And that one hit hard to third as Cabrera, though, in the hot corner, will make the glove it and throw on the first for the third out. But the Pirates tie things up thanks to Mazzaro's solo shot, pair of solo shots today. Reason why this game is tied at 2. All right, Cricky staying in the face of top of the order with Marte. He's 1 for 3 today. 3-0 count. And Crick will walk him on 4 pitches. I'm going to start for Kyle Crick. Jeremy Walker will get warmed up in the Pirates bullpen, facing Diaz. 0 for 3 today. That one jammed him. And that should be an easy catch there for Kevin Newman. 1 away. Top 7. Josh Bell, former Bucco. 1-0 to Bell. That one hit hard. 2-2. Newman to Tucker to Ordonez. And the Pirates turn 2. And they will erase that leadoff walk by Crick, who goes 2 scoreless. That will be it, though, for Kyle Crick. We'll sit Walker down. He may come in here in the 8th. See what other options may be. Probably go with Walker, but in the meantime, we'll try to get a run. As Barrera, the catcher, will face Lorenzen, give up the solo shot to Mazzaro. As we'll finish out the 7th inning stretch here and let the old ball game song play out for the home crowd. Pirates faithful staying on hand for 11 o'clock here. Hopefully the audio sounds loud enough. Probably doesn't sound as loud to you guys as it sounds to me. As Barrera will ground out to Bell for out number 1. Gonna get Walker moving and shaking. Sanchez, the center fielder, is a righty. I will keep Sanchez in, considering making a substitution there. And Sanchez will ground out to the shortstop. High throw. Nice job there by Bell. And Tyler Frank, 0 for 2 today. Had a big 3 for 6 performance his last game, so going to give him another start. See what he can do. 2-2 from Lorenzen. And Frank back up the middle. And do we want a pinch run here with 2 away? Have to pinch hit, though, at the same time, so you want to use 2 of those players is going to be the question here. And have to do a replacement at third as well. I think we're going to probably do that with Ailmus, 55. Let's see Frank's stats here quickly. You know what? I'm not going to do anything with Frank, but we will obviously pinch hit here, and we'll bring in Taylor Walls, the second baseman slash shortstop, off the bench, facing a new pitcher, Jonathan O'Reilly, ERA of 5.56 this year. Great stuff, though. Maybe just getting unlucky here because this guy seems like he's got a lot of talent. He's not happy about his current situation. We'll see if we can make him a little bit more upset. Taylor Walls, 2 outs, runner on first. Game tied at 2. Walls hits that hard to second, but right at the second baseman. And that one is... Oh, I thought it was dropped for a second there. It was not, though. So we'll head to the 8th with Jeremy Walker. He's not had a tremendous year, but he is an able body. And he's going to pitch for us here in the 8th to face Hap, Contreras, and Cabrera. 1-1 to Ian Happ. Tie game here. And Happ jammed him. And that will be caught by Ordonez. Calls off Newman for out number 1. Now facing Contreras, 2 for 3 today. Will he get another hit? He will. Looks like no. As Frank. Nice job there to throw on to Ordonez and now Cabrera. Trying to get some 2-out magic for the Cubbies. 3-1. Walker falls behind. And Cabrera will take the free pass to bring up Hayward. 1 for 2 with an RBI today. As Walker. Maybe get somebody warmed up in case. We'll look at maybe Brad Week, lefty guy. And we'll look at, not a lot of great options right now. Gillespie, just in case. Play lefty-righty matchup. But Walker trying to get out of this. And that one hit to center. And Sanchez, nice diving grab there. That's a big out. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. All tied at 2. All right, Brian Reynolds leading things off for Pittsburgh. Walker was at 10 pitches, so he'll probably stay in facing bottom of the order. Although obviously he'll have a pretty quick hook if necessary. Riley staying in for Chicago. Full count here to Reynolds. That one lofted in the left center, and that will be caught by the left fielder Happ. Cole Tucker, home run today. Would love a second. 1-2 count, though, does not look promising, as Tucker will put it in play, but that should also be playable and caught in shallow left field by Jeffrey Marte. Kevin Newman, he's 0 for 3 in this contest, looking for a clutch at bat, and will not get it, as that another hard-hit ground ball, gloved by Bell, and so we'll head top 9, facing Horner, the pitcher spot, and then Marte. And again, I will get some lefties and righties going here. In case, I'm going to go... Yeah, we'll go with Gillespie. Walker to Horner. And that one hit to center. Sanchez, another diving grab. Great defensive display. These last 2 innings by Sanchez. And now Greg Deichmann will come in for Chicago, hitting .286 and 17 plate appearances, 14 at-bats this season. How old is Greg? Is he a veteran guy? 28 years old. Okay, fair enough. Walker will deliver to Barrera. And that one roped to first base. Ordonez will glove it, though. Nice job. 2 hands. For out number 2. And now Marte, top of the order. 1-1. Jammed him, and Ordonez will glove that one as well. So good defense all around from Sanchez and Ordonez. We'll head bottom 9. Pirates, chance to walk it off. And to try and walk it off, it will be Noah Mazzaro, Ernie Ordonez, or Trace Barrera to face a new pitcher, Giovanni Gallegos. ERA of 1.93. He came over from the Cubs at some point. Don't know if that was a waiver thing or a trade. Wouldn't suspect it would be a trade, but regardless, 32 years old, having a heck of a season so far, and so Pirates have a tough task here. Mazzaro, home run today, another one would win it. 1-2 count, and Mazzaro up the middle, past the leaping shortstop. The shift was on, and so the Pirates, something cooking here already, and this is probably going to be a pinch run type situation with Mazzaro on first. Brendan Davis probably going to be the man for the job. We'll take a look at Nick Decker as well. So Brendan Davis will come in for Mazzaro to run. Check out Gallegos' hold runners rating is pretty strong at 60. So I'm not going to try to steal here. As 102 Ordonez. And that one flying out, I should say, to center. That is an easy catch for Diaz. And now Barrera. Should I try the old hit and run? All these ground balls today. Kind of feels like that may be the option. So I'm going to get weak. Is he ready? I don't know what to do here right now. Infield playing in there with the corner, so hit and run is kind of risky. Gonna let Barrera swing away here. 1-1. And Barrera, that one thrown to second, and they will turn 2 from that. My goodness. Maybe I should have tried a hit and run attempt there, as Brennan Davis will stay in the game and play right. Walker, 2 innings of work. I think we're going to try David Bednar. Not a great situation, though, obviously. Walker, 2 innings of work, though, all you can really ask from him. And so Bednar will try to shut down the Cubs here, facing Diaz, Bell, and Happ. 1-0 to Diaz. That one jammed inside. Gloved by the shortstop Tucker. Thrown to Ordonez for out number 1. Now facing Bell, the ex-Pirate. He would love a run here, obviously, for his team and for the revenge factor. And that one won't be a run, but it will be a single. Second of the day for Josh Bell. So the Cubs have a man on. Bell will stay in. They will not pinch run. Nick Birdie's going to get warmed up in case things get hectic. Hopefully they won't. Facing Ian Happ. As I watch Patrick Mahomes run around like a madman, as only Patrick Mahomes can do. Anyway, back to baseball. Here's Bednar. And that one's hit pretty well to left. Touch 'em all. Ian Happ. 2-run shot. 446. And Bednar, that's a tough one for sure. And so the Pirates will need a couple of runs here in the bottom of the 10th, unfortunately. And again, so much on the line this season. Any loss feels massive, and Bednar's in pain with that right leg. He will stay in. Although, how much longer should he stay in is a relevant question. Go out there, visit the mound, and talk to Bednar after that injury situation. We'll face Cabrera. Not super confident in it. 1-1 to Cabrera. 2 away. That one hit to Ordonez. He will step on the bag for the third out, although the 2-run shot by Ian Happ may be the deciding one in this game. As we head bottom 10, Pirates needing at least 2. Bottom of the order was Sanchez, Frank, and Bednar. See if I want to do any sort of pinch hitting maneuvering here. Probably not right now, to be honest, with the pitcher coming up third. All right, Gallagher's staying in, facing Sanchez, the center fielder. 1-2 count. Not a great day offensively for Sanchez, as he will take another strike, but a couple of good plays defensively. All right, Tyler Frank, 0-2 count. Pirates looking pretty dejected. Frank will pop it up in the center. That will be caught by Diaz for out number 2. Pinch hit here, of course, will bring in... who do I want to bring in here? We'll bring in Steven Ailmus, try to get a base runner on. And 2-2, though, to Diaz. Ailmus will strike out, and the Cubs, thanks to Ian Happ, will beat the Pirates in 10, 4-2. Tough loss for the Pirates. They dropped to 70-66 on the year. Cubs moved to 56-79 in their 4-2 victory over the Pirates Saturday night. A little bit of rain delay in there, prolonged the game, but the Cubs won 4-2. 8 hits, 1 error, 8 hits, 1 error, 4 runs for the Cubs. 2 coming to the top of the 10th off of Ian Happ. Pirates, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors as the offense continues to really struggle this year. Mazzaro did have a home run, Tucker as well, but Mazzaro only Pirate with more than 1 hit. For the Cubs, Contreras 2 for 5. Happ with a 2-run shot. Josh Bell for Pirate. I've said that a million times. You guys know that by now. He went 2 for 5 as well. For the pitching staff, Weisler did okay, but did more than okay. 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, gave up that home run to Cole Tucker. Bullpen did a pretty decent job, just those 2 solo shots. The only Pirates offense today. Gage Hins was okay, then the rain delay happened and things got a little bit worse. Bullpen did all right until David Bednar gave up that 2-run shot. That one really hurts quite a bit. Player of the game was Matt Weisler for Chicago. And take a quick look at the standings. Pirates fall again 70-66. 7 games out of the Central, and now 7 games also out of the second wildcard spot, currently held by the San Diego Padres. And that sums up this video pretty much. And we'll see. I'll probably come back here end of the year if there's some sort of massive resurgence here for the Pirates. I may live stream or have a video reflecting that if we get back in this race. But not looking too good for Pittsburgh right now, just given how competitive the NL has been this season. So that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your comments in the comments below, and we'll talk to you soon.